We are live. All right, we're live. We're in studio. I'm going to drop a little music, and then we got a special guest in studio. Let's start off with a little Summer Wind by Ralphie. Some people coming in there.
The summer wind came blowing from across the sea. Lingered to touch your hair and walk with me. All summer long we sang a song and then we strolled that golden sand.
Yeah, love it.
Two sweethearts.
We're jumping on in a minute, guys. We got in studio a dear friend of mine. Might get a little loud. Let me lower it.
They went flying by.
Wow, we do have people in here. Teresa, TT. Teresa was in there before. Johnny's here. TT is here, arm distance. And that's it. Whatever you get, you get. It's Friday night. We didn't plan this. Hello, Fly Me to the Moon. After the song comes off, we'll put the camera on. All right? And that's what we're going to do. This is great. And Donnie.
I lost you to the summer wind.
Nice song, huh?
The autumn wind
Maybe Anthony will pop on.
and the winter wind.
You guys with us? We're here.
Come and gone.
Arlene, so you got some new people.
And still the day.
Within a week or so, that started coming in.
Those lonely days.
So we're just watching the chat, showing my special guest what goes on here. TT's already, young the boss is already giving orders. Smash the like button. Get on it. All right. My
fickle friend,
the
summer wind.
Oh, it's crazy. It's crazy. All right, here we go, guys. All right, so we are live. Salute.
Salud.
Having a glass of wine. Me and Mo are in the building.
What's up, guys?
I was popping on. I really didn't even have a plan to pop on, but here we are. Let's see what we got on the bat phone. Nothing. We're good.
I was at my father's house a couple miles away
Oh yeah, look.
and saw that Stiggs was coming on at 6:30, and I said, I've just enough time to grab a nice bottle of wine
Yeah, we're good. We're having breaking bread.
and stop by.
So I got a notification. Tommy Stiggs is live. I got my own notification. What the fuck?
Nice.
All right, let me shut off that ringer. See what's going on. See what we got. We got 7 people. Hopefully
Hey,
Anthony
Johnny.
eventually joins in. Maybe Anthony will join in. Yeah, this can be a little bit of trouble. This can end ugly. But I'm not going out because my hair ain't done.
No.
He doesn't have to worry about that, so we're
The
good.
bottle's almost gone, and been here 5 minutes.
Oh, Madon, what's going on? What are we drinking here? We're drinking a little Pinot Grigio.
Venezia
Venezia, Pinot Grigio
from Italy.
from Italia. Where is La Vista? Is he here? Christopher Toro. What do you say? What do you do? Good Friday. Salute.
Che si dice, Chris?
Lower your volume. Wait, we gotta lower our volume. We're talking too loud. That's the problem.
I'm a big mouth.
I'm a big mouth too. The heart. All right. How about if we whisper like this? Is that better? TT, it's not the volume. It's us.
Oh, do we got to do?
This doesn't change.
Do we have to drink with our pinky out too?
I don't know if my microphone changed. Your volume is way up. What the fuck does that mean? Where's my? I don't know how to work this thing. We'll end up shutting the whole stream down. Look at this.
Check at the settings.
What are you doing? Audio.
I don't see volume, do you?
No, it's the volume on the thing. X. Or right there. No. Speak softly, Goomba. Hold on.
How about volume there?
Where's the volume?
Is that your volume key up and down?
Wait, let me see. No, that's an arrow. Okay, what is this?
Oh, there's your volume.
Which one is it?
Up,
Oh my
down.
God. Go ahead, hit some of it. Lower your volume. Oh, there you go. Let's see. Okay, is that better?
Better?
Or is it just us talking loud? Is that calm down, Stiggs? It's your Italian volume kicking in. Is that better or no? I know.
It's not better yet?
I did lower it.
Okay.
He's the loud one, not me. Are we good right now? Guys, are we good right now?
Much better? Okay, good, thanks.
Because we're fucking Galvans and we just talk loud. That's what we do, right? That's what we do, no?
Yeah.
All right, so what do we got here? We got Lloyd Christmas. Lloyd, did you get the email? Lloyd, did you get the email? Let me lower my voice. Teach Tommy.
That's
Teach Tommy
it.
how to drink, Mo.
He's all right. It's nice and cold, no ice. We're all good.
Are we calm? Are we cool? Are we low volume? What's going on in this department? 10 people chilling. I had no intentions of coming on tonight. Arlene. Good. There's an echo in the house? This house is like 20 by 20, the whole place. What echo? I need more furniture, I guess.
I think it sounds a little
I
better.
need more drapes. Are we good right now? Give me a thumbs up. Okay, so
All right, so what are we talking about?
I really didn't have much of a topic. I had two topics that I put in there. One is the dangers of street life, and the other one was kill them with kindness. Where do we want to go with, guys? Talk to me. Talk to me. Hold on, now I'm getting text messages. All right, so the dangers of street life. All right. How are you enjoying your time here, Mo?
Awesome, TT. Thanks. I've been all over the place. You can't even imagine. I've been in Belleville now for about 3 days, and I've been here about 10. My wife was running a golf tournament for her work at a country club, so it's pretty funny. I go from little old Belleville, and then I go into the country club and try to act like those folks for a little bit.
Where was it?
I polish up pretty nice.
Clean up good. Where was the club?
It's in Wayne, Preakness Hills Country Club. It's a beautiful place. I'm there all the time with my best friend from college. And, it's maybe a good topic for the street life to kind of show what a different life some of my friends from college lived
Totally
than me. And when I was up there, everybody was so amazed by me. Like, oh my God, this guy's crazy. And for us, it was just our normal life, you know what I mean? And
just being you.
And so this morning, I was there again. My wife ran a huge golf tournament, and we live in Arizona, but she works for hedge funds in the financial part of it as a controller for the management end. And she actually runs the yearly golf tournament, so we get to come out here to my buddy's country club, and I'm lucky enough for him to take me there a lot. That is one thing about folks from Belleville. We're loudmouths and we're things like that, but if you take us somewhere nice, we're not going to embarrass you.
We know how to pull it off.
We're not going to embarrass anybody, and we're going to make sure that when in Rome, we try to act that way.
We can pull it off
And,
wherever we are.
And then if we're not comfortable, we just don't go back, but we don't disrespect other people and their cultures. So the thing I love about this country club I go to all the time, it's a pretty cool story, actually, for people like us that were discriminated against years ago.
Oh my gosh.
It was a Jewish club. Now there's Italians in there too.
Wow.
I ran into Michael Gascione last week. It was nice to see him after a while. And the good thing about the club is they were discriminated against. So they started the club in 1926 because they weren't welcome across the town,
Italians?
The Jewish folks.
Okay, the same thing in
And
Glen
so they weren't welcome there. And really, the bottom line is, in those waspy places, neither were we.
No, we
And,
weren't. 100%.
And so I've been going there for about 20 years with my buddy, and always treated like gold. And now there's a lot of Italians there. And, it's such a beautiful place. And they didn't do to others what was done to them.
But do you? Okay.
And so now I wake up in the morning today, I go work out in a beautiful country club. Somebody hands me a Bloody Mary on my way in. We work out. I take a beautiful shower. And when I tell you I wasn't prepared for a shower, you don't need anything. They have everything you could ever want, toiletries and things, and better than what you have.
Everything is there.
And it's there, and you use it once. And then when I'm done with that, downstairs to eat, guy making my omelet right in front of me telling him exactly what to put in, egg whites, this and that, what type of booze do I want with this.
I know, but they're just doing their job.
And now,
They're just doing their job.
right. And so I get along so well with all the wait staff because I don't feel comfortable having them wait on me hand and foot and pour every little thing for me and go run like this.
No.
And I'm not as comfortable as the folks that grew up with it, just yelling at folks that do what to do. And these folks are nice to them
But
too.
you're comfortable with the workforce.
But I'm very, very nice
Crazy,
to those
right?
guys, and I'm welcome just like I'm a member in it. And
But-
so, what a different life those folks
They
live
do.
with us.
Okay, but I went to the Glen Ridge Country Club, and I got to tell you, I just felt like I wasn't supposed to be there.
Oh, there's no you know how many
Why
times it
is
took
that?
me?
Why?
Two things.
Now, if I went to Forest Hill, I'm cozy. Mr. Corbo's there, whatever, years ago.
Because everybody's got our names, right? And it's in our neighborhood.
So
and
I
you know,
thought-
if you hit a ball off that first tee a little bit right, it
It's one
lands
of our
in
friends'
Pucciarello's
houses.
house and to Caesar's
But I
house.
still feel that, I don't know if it's a discriminatory feeling or just, I don't belong here. Like I went into the Short Hills Hilton one time I actually had to meet somebody for, OC stuff.
Mhm.
And I had to meet them in the Short Hills Hilton. And I really felt like I was purple when I walked in.
I'm going to tell you
Like I
two
was a
things.
big red bullseye when I walked in. I felt like I didn't belong there. I wasn't there for any other purpose than to do what I had to do. I had a meeting with somebody and then leave. But I definitely felt it. And I looked around and I got the vibe. Now this guy he's part of the country club.
Mhm.
Whatever.
Yeah.
And I guess they have a club there in Short Hills. He's dealing with street guys.
Right.
And I'm going in to meet him. But yet even though he's dealing with, miscreants, I guess they would consider us, right? I still felt like, wow,
I'm going to
I'm
tell
so
you.
out of place. And then when I went to the Glen Ridge Country Club, I looked on that board for the names. I just wanted to see the names. There was very little Jewish and there was very little Italian. It was all WASPy names.
Yeah. Well, I'm going to tell you multiple things.
Very interesting.
One of them just in general. In general, you walk in and you don't look like anybody. You can tell even just the way you walk, jewelry,
Why?
clothing.
No,
So culturally, we don't automatically fit in, and that's obvious, and that's not the biggest deal, right? But I'm going to tell some about you personally that I never said. You personally are very humble, and it comes from your beginnings.
Yeah.
And I think that you have a certain feeling where you felt like an outsider before in your life, especially monetarily,
Oh, God,
economically.
Oh, God.
And those folks are a different level than even regular folks, right? Like you felt like that before in front of your regular friends.
Sure, I was the poorest kid in there.
Now you go to a place where people got fuck you money and a dollar more than God. I mean,
Compounds
dude,
it.
it's stupid.
It just compounds it.
When I go to these things, you should have seen the food that they were going to throw out. I mean, it's a beautiful place, but it's waste and it's
But you get that
people
feeling.
spend tons of money
Yeah,
that we never have to
It's
waste
finding
like
money
that.
to a level we don't even understand. But do you
Absolutely.
get that same type of feeling I might get in some
I
respects?
did.
Not,
No more.
not maybe not as deep as me because, like you just said, my beginnings were horrendous. But do you get that kind of I do belong here, but I don't belong here, or
I
what?
did in the beginning, absolutely. But I will tell you multiple things. I was taken multiple times, number one. Number two, everybody treated me really well. And when you deal with Jewish folks, they know what it's like to be discriminated against.
Well, that's why
When you
I
go
get
to
along with that.
Brooklyn, what's the bordering neighborhood to the Italian
great with the
neighborhood?
Brooklyn people.
It's the Jewish neighborhood,
I have
right?
dear friends that are
Of
Brooklyn
course.
Jews.
And,
And I go there and hang out with them.
Of course.
And we're so cozy. And they got money. And I don't, and they know it. And they will never invite me to a place that
It's
they
not the
feel
same.
they're going to put me in a situation where I can't do it. They're always Because they must have had the same situations we had.
And the other thing
as
is,
a cultural,
right, and they don't have an elitism that makes you feel like you're being looked down on.
wow.
Like Essex Fells might.
Yes.
Like, you know. And
Because that's here money.
right, and to be blunt, I wouldn't be super comfortable there either. The attitude at the club in Wayne, these people have a lot of money. Like today, I was one of the really nice guys that I see every single time that's close with my buddy. His family owns Slim Fast.
Wait.
Imagine how much money those folks have.
Sound is distorted. Why? Is it everybody or is it just you guys? Hold on. I want to make sure. Do we sound okay? Do we sound okay? Give me a thumbs up before Mo continues. We were in a good conversation here. Is it low? Is it high? Is it not working? TT, give me a thumbs up or a thumbs down, please. That's lower now.
Yeah, so GT, imagine how much money that family has.
Okay.
This guy's the nicest guy you could ever
Country
imagine.
clubs. Thought you were talking about social clubs. We'll get to that.
Well, the point
Static. Why is
being,
it static, man? What the fuck? Sound is fine here. Oh, I don't know.
the point being that we were going to talk about street life, and a few times this week, the whole first, I've been here 10 days. The first 7 days were spent in the absolute opposite of street life. It was spent in country club life, as well as 2 shore houses right on the water, with pools right on the water, with boats right in the house, just like their own driveway.
Like a driver, like a car.
And now, the second week, I'll be here in Belleville, and
But you adapt to every
I think
situation.
it's super nice that guys like us, all of a sudden when we were kids, it wasn't tons of people with vowels on their last names with homes down the shore, right?
Not much.
Now we know how many people.
There was a few, but now, how many of them are really able to do it? Or are they just fucking maxed out with their debt level?
Well, my buddy Anthony Longo, you know Anthony, that boy.
Well, he relocated.
Totally. And so that's the
That's a
point.
different
It's so
story.
expensive and the house is so beautiful that they couldn't afford to just do it. So I'm so happy for him, and I was the first friend that saw his new house, even though I don't even live here. I took a 2-hour ride and got, so Anthony and our backyards were not quite connected. There was just like Mike Nicosia
Yeah.
is kind of in between.
Wow.
And so, but our backyard, our bedroom windows, we could see each other. I could see into his bed. And so we were like, hey, Norton, we'd talk
Right
to
next
each
door.
other. Pretty
Just
much.
as close, yeah.
Yeah, so I spent the first half of the week in the total opposite, and I will tell you, those folks grow up a whole lot different
The kids do.
as a result of.
Well, the adults make it better for. Now, I have a cousin that became successful from Newark, ended up being worth $10 million, and he went into what's that rich area up there, Harding, and he said to his wife, "Look, dinner's every night on the table. I don't care how much we're worth. We're keeping some traditions here. We got this money. Yes, we're going to live a better life than what we grew up as. They're from Norfolk Street, Newark.
It's hard not to raise shitheads when you
But the
don't do that.
kids is the whole
Yeah.
different situation.
If you don't do it like that, the kids are shitheads.
So that's why I keep my kids humble.
It's hard.
My kids are kept humble. But I don't have much to give. But even if I did, I still keep them humble. You know what I
I'll
mean?
tell you this, you want to talk about humble?
Hold on, let's make sure we're good here. Are we good, guys? I think we're good.
Yeah, so Johnny, you're
Yeah,
pretty close
Gianni,
to those
yeah.
folks too, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But our sound is good, guys. Just give me a thumbs up if our sound is good. I need more wine.
Hey guys, I'll tell you, if you ever heard of the island of Malta, it's 60 miles southeast of Sicily,
Yeah, it's right up there.
and that's where my wife's parents are from.
And your dog.
And so, yeah, my dog is Maltese,
Yeah,
my
my
daughters are half Maltese,
And my
and my
dog.
wife is 100%. Most of the food is Italian, but they do have a little bit of like an Arabic flair, because being in the middle of Sicily, the water through the middle of Sicily and Malta
Yeah.
was a major trade route for boats coming from that
You
direction.
said you gotta stop screaming. I think he's breaking your boat.
Oh.
What do you mean the boat's coming from different directions? Where are they coming from?
So coming from the other side of the Mediterranean,
Oh my
and
God,
through there,
coming
right?
around?
So Africa,
Why?
the Arab
to migrate?
nations, to trade.
Oh, to trade.
To
Holy
trade.
shit.
And so that's why they do have some spices and some food from a little bit of different ethnicities, but very, very Italian. And
So it looks like Gianni has actually been there.
excellent.
To Malta. Been to Malta.
Oh yeah, he's from Catania. Hey Johnny, we took the you take the catamaran to Catania, right? Directly to Catania. It's about 2 hour in a giant catamaran. It's kind of like a luxury
On the water.
airplane almost,
Oh, on the,
but on the water. Yeah, it looks like it's got airplane type
What the fuck is
seats,
that?
and it's this huge catamaran, and it's
Like a
pretty
plane?
cool. And you can gamble on
It's
it.
like
and
a
things.
plane?
It's like it looks like it inside, but huge, and so it's pretty cool.
Africa is just a stone skip. Yeah. Well, that's what happened in Africa. That's what's the problem with Sicily. They've been invaded by everybody.
And
Everybody.
same with Malta.
And if you ever saw that scene in, oh my God, with Christopher Walken. Phew, this
Oh
is
yeah,
so-
yes.
Oh my God. Who else was in that?
Moulignon.
Yeah. What was it? Christopher Walken and
Lawrence Fishburne.
No.
And
Who was in that, guys? Who was
Dennis Hopper.
What was his name? Dennis
Thomas Hopper. That was great.
Oh my, Christopher Walken's great.
So anyway, my daughters grew up thinking that we were dirt poor when we weren't.
Why?
Because their grandparents would babysit them, and they grew up through the Depression, and so they got all those stories, and they just projected it onto us. And I will tell you guys, when I was in Malta, I was in the underground shelters where my wife's mother's family had to hide from Mussolini's bombs.
Come on.
So you talk
They were
about,
bombing Malta from Italy?
well, yeah, Malta was getting bombed in the war, Mussolini, Hitler, and so you talk about growing up the way we did.
Yeah.
How about that? We didn't have to
Crazy.
hide from bombs
I know.
and then run from our country, right?
I'm not
So
on
now-
I know, I'm good.
My
But-
kids grew up thinking that we were dirt poor, so they grew up humble, which
But
was
that's good.
my grandparents. Their
Gives them
grandparents
values.
really kind of helped.
It
with
gives
that.
them values. That's
Right.
great.
And so
I never knew that. That's
Yeah.
very interesting history. Okay, you could take a boat from Malta to Italy
to
and make it less than an hour.
yes, but Chris, what we took,
The Italians coming out in this is crazy.
Christopher, what we took was a big giant catamaran.
Well-
It's kind of this big giant luxury thing.
Oh
You
my
can
God.
drink, you can gamble.
It's crazy.
And the seats are like big airplane
So is it
type
like a
seats.
cruise ship type of thing?
Yeah, it's kind of like a cruise ship, but you could also bring some cars on it too. And it was like 2 hours because it didn't go as fast. And we went all over Sicily. We saw the Corleone places, the restaurant where Michael asks for the hand in marriage,
great.
Padre Pio, Mount Etna,
Hold
and a
on.
bunch of cool stuff.
That's from Johnny. That's how the core links works. So we were just talking, just chatting back and forth. Last night I got locked out. That's how it works. Isn't that crazy? Or what?
Yeah,
So this is directly linked to the federal prison system.
right.
Core links.
So they see
Correctional links.
everything you're gonna
They
see.
see everything. So me and him did a time delay. Like, cuz, what time am I sending this to you? 6 o'clock.
Right.
What time did you get it? Was everything there? And I was on the live last night and I got locked out of this. And I was talking about Jimmy on here. And then we thought somebody reported me. Because I was talking about Tommy Reynolds. I was talking about mob shit, right?
Mhm.
And then all of a sudden I go into my correctional links and I couldn't access them. Big red things. They saw me go bananas on there.
Well, here's one thing I'm going to say about the Mob 2 folks, without bad mouthing
No, don't badmouth anybody. No.
One thing you guys should appreciate, you could say rat this and rat that, and nobody likes it, and so I'm not going to stick up for that in any way. But they really are the people that are able to give the best information with names, with everything else, right? Because they have immunity. Who else can? I can't tell you half the things that that people did, right?
Buffalo Billy. I got lady friends, and Mo is married with 2 kids. We're just paisans from the same neighborhood. We got to get close because we're in this camera. They're like, are these 2 guys an item? Fucking gods of a. So yeah, go ahead, come on, mob talk.
Yeah, and so that's one thing about
They have
these
the most to
rats.
offer.
They have the most to offer as far as information.
If they give
But
accurate,
keep this
they
in
embellish.
mind.
What's it called? What do you call it?
They embellish.
They embellish.
And everyone has an incentive to make themselves sound better in every story, right?
That's the situation. They embellish.
So keep that kind of stuff
Okay,
in mind.
so here's the
Now,
thing.
that's not calling anybody a liar,
No.
right? But everybody's got their version of their story.
Listen, the rat gets the rat respect. So we're not going to call them a liar because we don't know. We were not there with the
Right.
stories that they're talking about. But now the guys that I do speak to that are on the inside, they kind of say the opposite somewhat. They don't want to give up too much information, and they want no part of this.
Well, of course.
They want no part of this YouTube thing, even when they come out.
Of course.
The guys that did their time, who knows what their future is when they come out.
Well,
we don't know what it might be. It might still be full-fledged members.
It's easy when you know your future's not there because you're not welcome. So it's
Especially if you're a rep.
Well, that's the point.
100% if you're a rep.
Right,
Yeah.
that's the point.
So it's a very interesting,
and you can tell
it's a
that
very interesting platform. And like his content or not, the guy FBS really started the MobTube thing. He kicked it off.
here's what I don't like.
I don't want to
He's
criticize
the one
him.
who
I don't want to
started
criticize.
criticizing
No
of it.
criticisms of him.
No.
Because we don't do that here. But he actually kicked this off.
Totally.
Totally kicked it off.
Totally.
You can hate him, love
Oh,
him.
I don't hate him.
No, not you. Anybody
Yeah.
in general
Yeah.
can love him, hate him, criticize his content, respect his content, be on his side, not be on his side. The guy started this shit.
Yeah.
He got channels devoted just to either smearing him or supporting him. Can you imagine that?
Yeah.
He makes a living off of it.
Good for
This is
him.
America.
Good for him. If there's a market for it. Right. Yeah.
So you don't have to like anybody.
No. I don't know. It
Right.
wasn't a like-dislike thing. But if you're somebody who says, "Oh, there shouldn't be bickering," well, he started the a liar and blah blah blah.
Well, a liar's a
and
dick.
he wouldn't. No, he wouldn't deny this. This isn't a.
No.
It's not right. It's not a criticism. I think he'd be proud of that, right?
Yeah.
That was his thing.
This is his thing.
It was
He
totally.
created it.
I'm not.
That's it.
Yeah, it's not a put down. It is. It is.
No, it is what it is. I know Christopher Toro, and I understand that 100%. We're just saying the origin. Okay, the origin of the mafia.
No,
Yeah,
the
we think it's
origin
Corleone,
of
right?
the,
So
I think
whatever.
he might be misunderstanding.
No, he's thinking he's thinking we're co-signing what he does.
No,
We're not co-signing. We're not
no.
taking either side.
No, there was a
Okay, hold
mob
on, Lloyd. Okay, Lloyd, who started MobTube?
No, wait. Let me make a difference between the two. There was already a mob
What is this, gay
genre.
marriage counseling?
There was already a mob genre, of course.
Mob
He didn't
genre.
start that.
Mob genre.
What Tommy's saying is that he kind of started the MobTube thing, where it was
I
almost
know.
like a social media
Which is-
between.
Yes.
The-
And we just wanted to touch on that real quick.
Yeah.
We were talking about mob stuff, and that just came to my mind as MobTube. It's a great fucking name. I mean, it's a great
Oh,
name.
totally.
You got to give credit where
Oh.
credit is due. Now, the content you may appreciate or respect or disrespect or hate the fucking guy doesn't matter. He started a platform.
Yeah.
And he's got it.
And unfortunately, I think that, and one of the reasons I'm sure Tommy doesn't.
Lloyd, you can say whatever you want, whenever you want. 100%. Anybody can. Listen, I beat to my own drum. So I'm not involved in this stuff, you know what I mean? Lloyd, I'll apologize for whatever I have to apologize for. What you got?
Yeah, I gotta tell you something. If I were gay, I would be the first one to admit it, and I would be motherfucking fabulous.
Yes.
So fuck off.
Johnny, it's all about the Chicago. Yeah. But we can't stand the rats, just so you guys know that. We are not for the
Yeah. And don't get me wrong, I'm not defending what they did. I'm just saying that.
Who gets out of
Holy
hand?
cow.
Hold on, who gets out of hand? Wait, what are you whatting, TT? We're trying to follow you guys.
Oh, I was joking. I said I'd be fucking fabulous if I was gay. Why not?
Lloyd, did you get the email? Lloyd, did you get the email? We'll talk about it on the email.
Yeah.
Okay, so. Okay, Aunt. Wait, Rick, best. Look what Rick says. Guys, see, so I can show it on there. Why isn't my ticker
Yeah,
there?
Rick, no question about it. When I'm carrying my uncle's casket with the FBI in the background of the church in the front page of the newspaper,
Yeah.
that's not fun.
So Mo's
Yeah.
uncle actually
And
got...
I couldn't talk about this the other night. My father was right
Hold on,
behind me,
let me read
and he
this.
was ready to kill
One
me.
minute. Cecilia has been invaded 19 times.
Of course.
Okay, so now we're going to go into Mo's life experience, which he could not talk about the other night. And it's... So, we talk about rats, we talk about mob stuff. We are not a mob channel. I am not a mob channel. I dabble in it. I dabble in the chat about it, but we really do have life experience of it. We could probably add more than many of these content creators. We just choose to reserve ourselves.
And none of us are going to sit here and tell you, I was this, and I was
Never.
a made guy here,
Never.
and I did that.
We know
and
them all.
And I told John Gotti this, and I did. We're not doing
We know them
that
all. Okay,
nonsense.
tell your story about your uncle. Real quick.
Well, my uncle, my dad's brother, at my house every single holiday, birthday party, every Saturday breakfast with my grandfather, so we couldn't be any closer, right? He was involved in the life ever since he was a teenager. That's why when I started fighting and doing all that as a young teen, my dad hated it because he saw me kind of looking like my uncle, and he really didn't want that
Crazy.
for me. I was a straight A student.
Yeah, but
So on holidays, especially Christmas, whenever my most expensive Christmas gift, if I didn't get it, I knew at 1 o'clock when Uncle Chicky showed up, my gift would be there, right?
were you expecting it?
No, but I would know that whatever I asked for the most,
He would get it.
he would get it. And that's a nice thing, right? For multiple reasons.
Pop wasn't getting it?
Yeah, he had the money, number one. And number two, that's cool when your uncle cares about you enough to do that kind of shit.
Wow, you got a good
And
uncle
so,
there.
and so we were super, super close. And then in 1998, I was in Vegas with my dad, and just a spur of the moment, he was working for some Citibank at big golf events in some Citibank tent hospitality
Your
with,
pop was?
with VIPs
yeah.
and shit, right? So, because I'm in Arizona now, it's a 5-hour car drive. So I said, I'm going to take that 5-hour ride, and I'm going to say hello to my dad, surprise him. So I did, and we hung out. I was there less than 24 hours, and I had to go home to work. So I drove home. Now, before I left, I was in the hotel room, and my uncle called, and he got on the phone with me, and he told me how proud he was of me because I drove all the way there for less than 1 day with my dad, and how unbelievable that was. So by the time I got home 5 hours later, my mother called me, and she was crying. And I said, what the fuck is going on? My mother doesn't call me crying ever. So I was like, what's going on? What's the matter? And she couldn't talk. I was like, what is the matter? And she said, Uncle Chicky, she got that out. And I said, what? And she was crying and crying. I said, fuck, he got whacked, didn't he? And she said, yeah. And, I'm going to cry now. God damn it. But first of all, it sucks when the first thing you find out and the first thing you say is, oh, he got whacked, right?
Because we know.
Yeah,
It's what we know. Well, listen, you either drop dead of a heart attack or you get clipped.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, with a lot of the guys we know, and a lot of the guys speak of this all the time, they want to die with their shoes off in their bed.
Yeah.
Even though they're street guys, when they die with their shoes off, it's a good thing.
The only
They didn't get clipped.
It was wrong.
It's
the wrong way.
The life is wrong. The life is no good. Where did they find him? In Belleville?
No, and if you take the Belleville Turnpike
Route 7.
all the way
Yeah.
up, and you're almost by the bridge, and you go by Hoboken and
Yep.
stuff, right across the water, in there by the trucking building.
And Marshes over there.
And, so we know the guy who pulled the trigger, but that don't help.
Yeah, it doesn't matter.
They won't tell me who
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter.
made the call.
It doesn't
And I'm
matter.
going to tell you, at one point, I thought you knew.
You thought I knew? You thought I knew who clipped him?
I did.
Why?
Because
I was down there?
No, because one day, because you know that
was
it's a
in there.
50% chance
Yeah.
that it's that.
Yeah, well, it's our own, unfortunately.
Well, it's 50% that or 50% the chin.
Oh my
Those
God.
guys.
And you thought I knew? who
No,
clipped him?
well, because one day you said something and it was good because I obsessed over this, guys. Like, I did research and research and research. I was a teacher, so all summer long I had nothing but time. So I would research all kinds of different stories about the mafia, but our local ones, you know.
Wow.
So I had it narrowed down to a few people. I thought
I had nothing to do.
No, dude. No. But one thing you did tell me when we were talking about this, you said, look, stop. You were like, because I told you that we knew this whole story, but the detective, that's the other thing. People know who it is.
Sure.
Detectives know who it is, but they won't tell us. All we know, I know the story. I know somebody owed him money and didn't want to pay. He was brought to a sit down, asked if he would let it go, and he said, fuck that, pay me. And the guy didn't want to pay him, and because we're not 100% Italian, that's what happens. So, you know, it could have been two of them, Chris.
But this...
Yeah, in the newspaper, Genovese.
He was a made guy.
However,
He was not a made guy?
No, he's an associate, but for a million years. And he went away with them all the time. My cousin was the maid guy. And then I have, Chris, I also have relatives in...
What year?
My cousin, 1998.
In the Meadowlands, and
October
basically
1998.
basically the Belleville Turnpike. I mean, to make it simple,
Yeah, it was...
the Belleville Turnpike, Route 7?
Yeah, Jersey City or
Going into there,
Bergen, whatever. Right
over
over the
here.
water.
Right over there.
Before you get into Hoboken.
And you never knew about this? We're telling these people,
Yeah.
this is Belleville people.
So the
We're telling
reason
them
I-
they didn't know about it.
Yeah.
Ann, wait. You never knew about this, Ann? You never knew his uncle got clipped, and you thought I knew.
No, here's what I thought, Stiggy. Here's what it is.
Wait.
You told me, you said, one day you told me, you know what, dude, let it go, because I was pissed off, you know, and you said, you know he wasn't an angel, you know he was in your life, you know it goes along with it, and then I was like, God damn, does he know? And it's only because, and it's only because he had a package with these people too.
What year was it?
1998. He had a package with these people too. Somebody we were talking about the other day.
98. I mean, I could go through all the variables and who was handling work at that time.
But the thing is,
you
it
can't do
doesn't-
that.
right.
It doesn't change it.
And so,
You're in a life
Right.
of volatile
right.
situations, and you pick it. You guys know many times I thought my own uncle was going to shoot me in the head,
Yeah.
and I was ready for it.
So that's
I was
the other
ready
thing
for
I'll
it.
say. I was not the same as Stiggy. I was able to skate in and out of things
Maneuver.
and stay out of trouble because of my family. I never had to dive all the way in. I was always allowed to, and it's very difficult to do what
I
I
didn't
did.
have to.
I had no.
Listen, you were guided in the right direction.
Well, most
Your
people
parents, you
don't,
got teachers
right.
there. It's a different situation. I did not have that.
And it was a
I had no heat in my
battle between
house.
my uncle and my
Listen,
dad.
we
My
lived 6
uncle
blocks from
trying
each
to-
other. 6 blocks from each
Yeah.
other. I had no heat in my house. Nobody knew it. Right?
Yeah.
How you gonna know it? So you got your parents are bringing you up in the right way, with those principles of discipline, but making a better life for you in a not so great environment that we can very quickly be derailed.
But in all
Very,
fairness,
very
Mama
quickly.
Stiggs was a pretty.
Oh no,
good mom.
she was good. I got more.
It's not, she does what she could do
Listen,
under
she
the
did what she can do.
circumstances.
She did what she could do.
And we know she's a good woman,
the
so
best.
don't make it
She's
like I
incredible.
was brought up.
No, because my
She's
father, not
awesome.
because of my mother.
Right.
Oh my
Now,
God.
that's what I'm going to
They
say.
told my mother go on welfare.
Guys, here's what I want you to watch. When you watch all of those MobTube shows as well as the rat shows, here's something that you're going to see. Straight A's.
F's.
But F's, slight
Yeah.
disabilities
ADD.
that could have been worked
Correct.
with,
Yeah, they could have-
that I'm trained to fix,
Oh my God.
that they did not offer enough.
So it was me,
They just
Santo,
put you maniacs in the room
They put us in a
together
room.
to act like maniacs, and for the teacher to just be like, fuck this, because they weren't trained enough for that. Yeah, absolutely, TT.
me, Louis, and Santo in a rubber room.
Lunatics, and let be lunatics instead of
No, they just enabled it. So where are we gonna go?
nowhere.
You know what they? Anyway, that's,
Anthony Capaccio, you know the
Oh my
teacher that
God.
you guys had?
Yeah.
That they put you in the room. He'd go, oh, I want to rub my mogi in her bush.
No.
You know, this is what these kids are
The resource
saying to
room.
the teacher.
the resource room.
Yes.
And then I was.
Yes, Christopher. He was owed money,
Oh yeah. We.
a lot of money,
He was. Oh.
and that guy who was made went to the boss and said he didn't want to pay. The boss asked if my uncle would please let it go, and it wasn't right. I mean, he was owed the money. Why should he let it go? Just because this maid guy doesn't feel like paying? And my uncle's been a highly respected, successful guy
So
for a long time. Right. He was known as Charlie Williams.
That was a bad decision, man. That
And
was,
so it went, you know,
okay.
I don't know. If I knew who the person was, I could know if it was a good decision or not.
Bad decision for the boss.
Oh, yes!
We take deals.
Yes!
We take deals. When guys go bad, we take deals, and this leads to the topic: the dangers of street life.
It leads to
Because-
people going bad because they're all
getting
snakes. Yes!
Okay, you gotta
You
make
win, you
deals.
lose. You win, you pay. You lose, you pay.
You gotta-
Our friends used to told me that we were talking at one point. Some other people that we know were not doing the right thing. When people lose, they want to get the money. When people win, you don't want to pay the money. You can't do that. Those other people.
See, I was good at that, man.
You can't
Because I
do
never
that.
had a gambling habit. So I
Right.
fucking ran that beautifully. My guys were paid on month. I don't want to get into it too deep because I'm.
Yeah. I don't know. If
I
that
really
people
handled
care
it
or
well.
not.
I don't
But
know.
we'll
who's
try
here.
to stick to the.
My daughter might be watching.
We'll try to stick to the personal stuff. And
So that's the
anyway,
situation there.
when you grow up like that, right? Think of what it's like for a kid like me. My whole life, to be honest with you, to this day, I have problems because I was a straight A student. I have a degree. I have 2 degrees plus a master's degree, and but I'm still pulled into that kind of street environment. When somebody says or does the wrong thing, I'm ready to knock somebody's teeth out, even though I know better.
Let me go back.
Right? So it's definitely a completely different life. No, Johnny Williams.
Williams. Hold on.
And that was only because he's a white boy.
I
Right?
never like to leave the chat, so I gotta make sure we entertain. I got more wine over there. Hold on.
Here's another funny thing I'm going to say.
Wait, let's get through it.
Some people are
Condolences to you.
Oh, thank you.
Thank God, Mo. That's kind of TT thinking that you did the right thing, I guess. You know, like kind of congratulations.
Yeah.
So here's the thing. Okay. When I was growing up, I have family members, friends, both
Yeah,
go
mine,
missing.
Christopher.
Both go
Definitely.
missing. I mean, this is part of their life.
Johnny, we had classmates whose dads went missing, and everyone knew who made them go missing.
But
How
this
would
is-
you think that would feel?
But this is what we know. We never questioned anything.
So that's part
If
of
your
the
father didn't
street life.
investigate, he's like, well, this is the life he chose.
No,
Well, listen, in his
he
brain,
investigated
I'm
with
pro- you know what I mean.
his connections.
yeah.
But
On
see,
the
the
street.
difference is he's not going to do nothing, and
No.
even if he finds out, he's not going to
There's
tell
nothing
me
you can
because he
do.
knows I'm an
It's
idiot.
part of the life.
Right, but for me,
And
I'm not going to
it's a big shock when it's somebody that is so well respectable.
Yeah.
He's our uncle. So when my uncle betrayed me and was literally going to put a bullet in my head, my own uncle, can you imagine?
Yeah.
Same crew. Now, I can suppose who did that hit. I can suppose, listen, I was in the social club.
Yeah.
I can suppose it. And I could probably pinpoint down to 3 or 4 people who pulled that trigger on your uncle.
No, I know.
But,
It's a-
but they're all dead. So
No,
they're all
this kid's, he's in jail. He was a boxer from North Bergen.
So they
a
outsourced.
Puerto Rican
They
kid.
outsourced.
Yeah, but the problem is he worked for multiple families. And
He was a hitter.
worked for 3 out of the 5, and 2 of them were the 2 that, so it didn't help.
He was a hitter. They hired him for that purpose.
Yeah, so I know exactly who it is.
The problem is whoever was making that decision at the sit down or over that beef was supposed to negotiate the balance. Genovese guys are typically not greedy like that.
That's why I'm thinking.
That's very difficult.
That's why I thought you knew.
It's very interesting.
That's why I thought it was the other
I had to
guy.
negotiate many debts down, and that's how they do things.
That's why I thought it was the other
Very
guys.
interesting. Very interesting.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah,
now?
man, it's crazy.
That's why I don't think it was them.
If my uncle tried to clip me, forget about it. Well, in the middle of a social club, Gianni, my uncle, I thought, was going to put a bullet in my head, and I was ready to take that.
So now
That's betrayal, but from a degenerate. So my uncle, I hope my cousins aren't on.
They gotta know.
They know. My family knows. But, but my own uncle was skimming off the top, and I pinched him red-handed, and I literally was ready to take a bullet in the middle of a social club. What he would have done is says my nephew was a fucking rat. He would have said he was robbing us from day one. He would have laid me on the floor.
Yeah.
In the club and said my nephew was robbing off the top. But he couldn't do it. He knew he was wrong. He wasn't going to pull the trigger. He couldn't do it. He knew it. And everybody in the neighborhood, that's Newark at that time, 2nd Avenue, they all knew. Finish line guys, they all knew my reputation.
Yeah.
So if my uncle clipped me, and those guys got word that he said my nephew was no good, they would have killed him.
Of course.
They would have killed him.
Well, that's the other thing he's got to worry about, especially if he brought you around.
Yeah.
Right?
Well,
You know what? That's a really good point, because I got to tell you, until I went away to college, I thought it was totally normal, right?
it is.
And matter of fact, not only did I think it was normal, I thought the people that grew up around it but didn't realize what was going on were fucking saps, were morons. We're like, what is this goo-goo? You don't even know that this is going on?
It's crazy.
You know what I mean? So I thought people were kind of suckers that weren't. That really didn't.
You see what Patricia, this is what the people in the neighborhood see. And this is a good example of what Patricia just said.
Well, yeah, because they're not going to let
The
him
men in the neighborhood
say anything.
and listen, my car was parked on the sidewalk. We sat outside the social club. The neighborhood was protected, but nobody, unless you're involved in it, understands the nuts and bolts. You understand it, and unfortunately, wow,
Yeah.
to a whole nother level. Me to a level that my life was on the line a few times
Right.
because I was in the mix. You know what I mean? So people see, the guy's outside by the social club. No one's going to bother anybody in the neighborhood. We have it now.
Yeah.
But the nuts and bolts, it's fucking brutal, and you're a perfect example of it. So does your father still talk about it to this day?
No, he doesn't talk about it at all. He was like, I heard him grunt the other night. That's why.
You were about to, because you were.
That's why I went like this and I shut the fuck up.
Because we were talking.
Yeah. I don't want to get smacked in the back of the head. And all right, so my other uncle is Hoboken Pete LaBuddy.
Hold on, I want to pause 1 minute
ahead.
before we get into another story. So the topic here was the dangers of street life, and I planned this before Mo called me and said I'm coming with a bottle.
I
of
showed
wine.
up, I called him at 6:10.
This wasn't even planned. The topic in there, the dangers of street life, had nothing. We didn't plan this. We had no plan about it.
I'll be honest
And
with
then
you.
I get a call. I'm outside with a bottle of
I was
wine.
at home. I was about to fall asleep. I looked on YouTube and I saw that he was about to go live in
Yeah.
like 30 minutes.
Yep.
So I ran, I got a bottle of wine and came down here.
And I put the dangers of street life, and we got serious talk. I mean, we got one that uncles got clipped, and me almost getting clipped, and we never really go into depth about this. But
Well, we've been saving a lot.
well, we can, we do. We
We've
do a
been
little bit
saving
here
it
and
for how
there. Listen,
long?
we're not going to bring everything now.
No.
We'll do a little bit at a time. So when you go back to Arizona, we do it on the live feed, but they saw us together. It's kind of like, look at the camera, you see it?
Mhm.
It's kind of like we're remote also.
Yeah.
It looks exactly the same.
If there was a line
Yeah, it looks
right in the
exactly
middle.
the same.
Yeah.
I'm gonna get more wine. Hold on. Great show, Tommy. Thank you, Teresa.
Thank you, Teresa.
We're not in the mob. I don't want to say the mob.
Well,
we're not in the mob.
saying
Hold
we
on.
did anything.
Hold on. We're not in the mob genre per se. We have real life experiences and can really, really talk about it. TT, your construction life. I hung out with the family. I know. TT lived across the street from me. She saw all my shenanigans. She must have saw all the cars coming and going. What the fuck is going on there? And I don't remember if TT saw me being let out. I don't remember. Oh wow! Thank you, Arm Distance. This is real life, Teresa. We're not Wikipedias.
No, this is
We lived it.
yeah.
We lived it. His uncle got clipped.
And I'll tell you what
I
happens.
almost got clipped by my uncle. So what you get here on this channel of mine, how I say it, and I do that because that whole
Right.
this thing of ours
Right,
thing,
right.
you're getting real stories. You're not getting any bullshit.
No, I'll tell you what happens after your family member gets clipped.
Oh my God.
I had to fly in from Arizona. I got in immediately. And your family's under FBI protection, local police protection, 24 hours a day. So when you're at the house, they'll be in 2 cars in front of your house. And if you're saying you're going to get out and go somewhere, go to the store, go do whatever, you'll get in your car, and then one of the cars will pull out on your side. The other one will stay there with the family,
After
and it will take your car and follow you all the way out of the neighborhood
wait,
until you.
as part of investigation or as part of protection?
After it happened, right?
After it happened, they go to your father's house, obviously.
Right. So then everything centered in my uncle's house. So that was kind of the headquarters,
The
right?
epicenter.
So my other uncle came in from Florida, that's another story. and then that's why when
God.
So
Easy now.
and that was the kind of the epicenter of everything that was happening. So if his house is, right in front of the house, there's 2 cars
Why are they there?
protecting us.
Why?
Because they don't know what the hell happened and if anybody else is going to get it.
No. You're missing it. It wasn't protection.
Well, yeah.
It's investigative.
Well,
People live the block over.
they need to make you feel good.
No.
That you're being.
It's the total opposite.
Right, but
You
the
might have been
family,
subject of investigation.
they're trying to make you feel good too. And they can't let somebody else get clipped.
It's fucking twisted. I've been in that system, and the shit that they do.
Right, but anyway, they make it look good.
They make it look good.
Let's
Yeah,
say
they pull
that.
it off.
Let's
Yeah,
tell you
They
that.
pull it off.
Let's say it like that. So when you go in your car, you'll get in your car,
Thank you,
and
Rick.
there'll be 2 cars in the front.
Right there.
Right? So you'll get in your car, and one will stay, and the other one will follow you right out, all the way out of the neighborhood until you get going. And then when you come back. And so in front of the church, there's the same 2 cars there. So in the newspaper, you can imagine what the goddamn headline is, right?
know. I've been in that.
And so there's me carrying the casket, and then you can see the goddamn car, right? And so that shit's embarrassing,
Brutal.
even though that's not, like, nobody means it.
But it's a fact.
But it's almost like that's the final resting
Doesn't
place
matter.
and shit. It's like desecrated.
It's a fact of their life.
Yeah, but that's how it is, man.
The only
reason we're talking about this is because how often do you hear,
real stuff.
like in depth of what
Real
happens to the
stuff.
other people.
And we don't have that. We don't have that vibe on here. We're just regular guys.
Yeah.
So when we get to talk about it, we really talk about it. Now we would be having the same conversation on the stoop right now. We just happen to be here, giving these people a good story,
Jay,
real life stories.
Jay, that's the greatest question that I was going to get into before.
Hold on. Right here.
Yeah.
Hold on. Let before we segue, because once you segue, you never get back. Wait.
That's fine because no, this is part of the subject. So my uncle and also
Look at
somebody
us, two
told me about
geriatrics.
Jimmy Burke.
2 geriatrics trying to read this fucking
So
thing.
Jay, I'm Italian-Irish, right? Just like
yes,
Jimmy
yes.
Burke. Here's the problem,
Same, yeah.
where they get it wrong, I think. What's the difference if I'm Irish on one side or Irish on the other side and half Italian?
There's no difference.
I got news for you. I'd have been more loyal
Wait.
and a better bet
You
than
miss-
some people, like some of my cousins, have the Italian name, even though they're half Irish, right?
Yeah.
But for me, that puts me at a huge disadvantage.
No, for
and
no
I got my
disadvantage.
uncle whacked.
Why a disadvantage?
Because if my uncle had the
I don't
Italian
think so.
name, he'd have been
No,
made,
no,
and he
no.
would have never got
Nah,
whacked.
I don't think so. I don't think so.
What are you talking about?
I don't know, man.
He would have been made long
It's
ago.
business.
But he would have been made, and he wouldn't have been allowed to get hit without permission.
We think that.
But not for that stupid reason.
Not for that.
That would have never been approved. Ever.
Okay, I got
Right?
you. Yes, it's
That
possible.
never would have been approved. for
Very,
that
very
nonsense.
possible.
And matter of fact, that other dude never would have thought about not paying.
Now, we could get into names because
Right. So anyway, Jay, that's a great question. Gotti's son's is not full Italian, right? So I think that's where they went wrong. I think
well, it's a
it's
different world today.
nonsense to
It's a different world
say
today.
that the non-Italians are the rats.
But it's a different world today, and you're not going to fill the gaps if you don't bend the rules a little bit.
Right.
It's impossible.
Right, but that
the
was a
gene
great
pool
question.
is tiny. The gene pool is
Yeah.
they're tadpoles now. So you got to take what you can get. Now,
Yeah.
we know many guys that should not be right now. They got the button. We know a lot of guys.
Johnny,
that have a
right?
button.
Absolutely.
We know many. We know many.
Yes.
Gambino captain right now.
Right. And what about the kid, Chris Paciello? Chris Paciello. That's not his name.
Right. But whatever. Hey,
Right.
who cares? Let them fucking be their own demise.
Excellent, Jay. Exactly. Same with me. But I don't have the Italian name.
Now, I will tell you this. I dealt with the Irish guys, Westies guys. I really...
No, Johnny, he's not half Jewish. His
No,
mother,
not half Jewish.
His mother's half Italian, half Russian.
Yeah, no Jewish.
Russian, half Italian. They assume Russian Jew, but
We never said
we
Jewish.
didn't say that. Right.
And I want to add to that because John Gotti did give me the opportunity of a lifetime. John Gotti Sr. gave me the opportunity of a lifetime.
This is no put down of anybody.
No,
you are what you are.
no. Yeah, you are what you are.
Yeah, and he's proud. John, we're not. He's proud. He better be proud.
There's nothing negative.
I'm proud of
Nothing
him.
negative. Nothing
Yeah,
negative.
totally.
Nothing negative.
He should be
Definitely
proud
not
of his
Jewish.
mother.
Nobody said Jewish.
And matter of fact, you go down to Florida in any of the buildings,
Jay,
it's
listen.
all Russian and Italian.
Jay, when I got in a little trouble, the Westies helped out me and tried to get me into the Javits Center driving a forklift. I needed to have a job on paper. It's just bail.
That's so irrelevant.
I needed to
Yeah.
have a job on paper, so I went over there. I met some guys on 10th Avenue and 44th, I believe it might have been. That's the Westies area, I think. 10th and 44th. There was a spot there, I think it was actually called 1044. So 10th and 44th, and I met some guys. I was sent there from guys over here. I have to get work, and they put me into the Javits Center, and we're going to give me work. Irish guys and Italian guys really, really did work together. Now, some people might not see that, but Irish-Italian guys, Italian-Irish guys were very, very instrumental in a lot of the goings-on.
And if you look through history, it makes total sense, right? First street gang were Irish, right?
Street gangs, yeah.
And then who came next?
Yeah.
So whoever came here and was treated like shit and wasn't
Us.
given good jobs,
Irish
and
first.
was Irish,
And then the Italians.
Jews
Yeah.
were in there too.
So Cosa Nostra did not start as a criminal organization, basically. That's why we have so many social clubs, so many Italian organizations. Cosa Nostra did not start as a fucking ruthless criminal organization.
No.
It started as a group to protect ourselves against discrimination. 100%. There's no doubt about that. It evolved into some terrible shit. The heroin stuff and the drugs and all of that other shit. But as a culture, Cosa Nostra started as a culture, as a clique.
Yep.
And that's why we're so tight. That's why we're all friends. How do we have friends for 40 years, 50 years? We really, literally do. I'm 53. I got friends from 3 years old.
Me too.
So that whole culture and the reason for that followed us all through our lives. You're 56.
No, I'll be
55.
55 soon. Yeah, I'll be 55
You got
soon.
Anthony's. How long is he your friend?
50
3 years
years.
old.
50 years.
Yeah, right.
52 years.
Right.
Right.
So it's just a lot of people get a misconception, and they're so stuck on their beliefs and their ways, their criticisms, their compliments, and their observations. But you see a cultural situation right here in front of you right now. and it ended bad, unfortunately. But that's the business. That's the business.
Right, but for me, I was always a battle with my uncle and dad to in, out. And my dad always wanted me to leave.
Forget about everything. We look like we're in our early 40s.
Thank you, Jay.
We're good. 53, 50. He says 56.
Thank you, Jay.
I got my 35-year reunion at the Chandelier.
Nice.
We keep it in the neighborhood.
I love it at the Chandelier.
35-year.
Johnny App, my boy.
Jay, real. You guys look like you're in your. Hey, Patricia. Yes, we do. All right, let me go back. Hell's Kitchen. So yeah, 44th
Yeah,
and 10th.
Hell's Kitchen for sure.
40. So you got guys with history here. Not. We're not in the genre. We're regular guys now, making a legitimate life. No, we're going to get into
And
something
keep in
else.
mind, we're not talking about what we did and how bad we are and blah, 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 and all that bullshit.
We're not criticizing
It's
anybody.
just what it is.
We're just speaking what we
And
know.
it's all in the newspaper anyhow. So.
This was a spur of the moment situation here, and this is what we're doing. I hope you guys are enjoying this content. Hold on. Weingild, where are you,
Where's
cuz?
my boy? How's your boy, Aunt?
Where is he? Hold on. The moment the government figured out how to use the RICO laws,
Yeah,
it was all over.
absolutely.
100%.
Giuliani.
That's what my fear was.
But see,
that's
that's
what my
why
fear was.
back in the
Look,
day,
my
the
dis-
idea of no rats was overblown.
My discovery.
Because when you're not facing going away forever on all that, of course it's easy to not be a rat when you got the people in your pocket,
Yes, Christopher Toro, you're correct. Early 40s. We're in our early 50s. 66. Wait, what are you talking about? Early 40s. Our age or the temperature? What the fuck are you talking about? Oh my
Yeah,
God.
where's Anthony? I hope his kid's
He's there. Anthony's. I think we're doing it Sunday.
How's
Or
his son?
Wednesday.
Wednesday's fun.
Sunday would have been good.
That'd be funny, right?
Sunday would have been
What
good.
about Saturday our Saturday at News's?
I'm not going.
Oh, you're not?
I'm trying to lay low because of my mother. I don't want to be around so many people. Then I fuck it up. If I get the COVID again, I can't see my mother. I'm just laying
I
low.
got you.
Just laying low. Tom,
Yeah, Patricia.
of course he did.
I graduated with Johnny
Of
at
course.
Casella, and what else can you say but
Really?
that? I don't want to, when I come to Belleville and have an event, I don't want it anywhere else but his place.
Hello, Stormy Rivers.
Hey,
So
Stormy.
we got all different people in here. Some are in the mob genre. Some are not. Some are just regular.
Yeah.
Patricia doesn't even get involved in that stuff. Anthony, he backed away from
Yeah.
that stuff.
But if Patricia's from the area, she definitely
absolutely.
understands how it's going,
She knows the area very well. She's from the area. She's a Belleville girl.
Totally.
Bloomfield. I went by her house in Bloomfield, actually. I did a live video. I did a recorded video of her address so she could see it.
Nice.
She lives in Barnegat now. And
Oh, hey, Patricia, I was just in Barnegat.
I got to get more wine.
You
Hold on.
gotta eat at the, what the hell's that place?
In Barnegat?
Sun Harbor. Sun Harbor, right on the water in Barnegat. I had a beautiful pot of seafood.
In Barnegat?
A whole lobster, 2 Dungeness crabs, a bunch of clams and shrimp and corn and potatoes. Man, that place was good.
Are we good here? What did Johnny
Yes.
say in the bottom there?
Johnny Weingild had him in the prayers. Thank you, guys.
Yeah, absolutely.
Definitely keep him in your prayers. Anything helps. All positive stuff. So you guys got any questions for us? For me? I'm here. Ask away. If I can answer, I'll answer. As Johnny said before, I try not to get too deep into the names. Weingild, of course I brought a freezing cold bottle. No ice. Christopher, my friends, I ran into some friends today. I had some lunch with some really old friends. What a great time we had. And they invited me down the shore too, but I've been down there so much. My dad's getting older. I want to kind of hang out with him a little bit more. Yeah, Jay, I will, buddy. We always try to kind of do it, and now that he's getting better at inviting people and using StreamYard, we'll do it more often.
Yeah, absolutely. Because we can do the split screen.
Gianni, my family had a summer home when I was a little kid at the Jersey Shore. Not to sound like a little rich kid, believe me, I wasn't. My grandmother owned it, and we shared with my uncle and his kids, and my other uncle and his kids, and we all went down, and, for 39 cents, Mom would make a giant thing of spaghetti in 1978, and feed the whole fucking family.
Oh my God!
I didn't know that we were poor, you know what I mean?
No, man, we were regular. It was what we knew.
I didn't know, I got to go to the beach all the time. I thought shit was all good. I didn't know how much Mom gives up and Dad gives up, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
That we could, look, I didn't know.
Patricia says she saw Tommy at the hospital before he died. Tommy App?
Rest in peace.
I had some situations with Tommy.
Yeah, he's nuts.
Tommy
Apicella was
listen,
nuts.
He's...
and I say it in a nice way, but,
I don't want to get into it.
He had an accident.
How many stories can I give him? 100?
Yeah, he's funny. Or is he talking about Big Tommy?
No, Tommy App.
He was.
You're talking about Tommy App, right, Patricia?
I was talking about young Tommy. He was fun.
Little Tommy,
He was fun. Nuts. And
He was that mountainside.
when I say somebody's nuts, that's in a fun way. That's not a
They're
put
really
down.
nuts?
That's not a put down.
If you call them nuts, they're really nuts. No.
If I say crazy,
Norway
they're
nuts.
crazy.
Yeah, Norway nuts. I'm drinking, my wife's driving.
Nice.
I don't want... Tommy App, she meant. Hold on, I want to show you something.
Tommy, oh man.
I want to show you something because you never saw this.
Nice guy.
Keep going here.
Yeah, and Johnny Apicella, he's a buddy of mine. I graduated with him. Graduated with his ex-wife, who's almost a cousin of mine.
Yeah, absolutely.
So,
I never showed you this.
we got a lot of love for him.
This is something I wanted to show
He
you.
hangs out a lot with a childhood friend of mine, Anthony Pooch. If you guys ever get to Pucciarello's Italian restaurant, where is it now?
East Hanover.
East Hanover. Oh, man. Good stuff. And tell him you know me. We grew up together. Our moms were good friends.
Oh,
Our dads played golf together.
He's so good at what he does.
Anthony and I have been friends since, I don't know, 4
He's so good at what he does.
And his sister and my sister have been best friends since, 1970, whatever.
Hold on, before you go anywhere.
Oh, this rat fuck.
Essex County Prosecutor. I just want to show you the name we see here.
I know what name you're going to tell me. 2 blocks up.
Yeah.
Motherfucker.
You never saw it before. You heard me say it.
No, I know.
When you see it, it feels much different.
Oh. Right?
Does it?
I got to
Can you imagine this?
Rat motherfucker.
This is one of the reasons I took a plea, because of this guy.
And that guy's kids.
They know.
And they're friends with this fuck.
Look at this. Look at this.
And they don't know. Like,
Can you believe it?
they're friends with him.
No.
Yes,
Well, I don't know. I'm not on there.
They used to be on fit and
So we've spoken about it.
yeah.
And
So here's what I'm gonna say. I'm
Now
not
you
gonna
see.
say any names.
Now look, this is my.
We have
here's the
paperwork
state
here.
of New Jersey. This is my parole papers, right?
Yeah. We got
Look at this
paperwork
fucking
here.
shit. Well, now I'm missing the digit part. Look. My fingerprints, but I'm missing one now. So anyway,
It wasn't me.
what's it in?
So we got paperwork here that shows that this guy that ratted
From our
Stinky
neighborhood,
out,
yeah.
and that's all right. We had fun with his sister anyway. And he was gonna rat out one of the greatest guys on the whole planet. And this guy's 2 daughters were friends with him on Facebook, and they would like talk. So they don't even know that this rat fuck was gonna rat out their dad, and he's got the balls to like be friends with them and pretend like it's all cool.
I spoke to them.
Oh, good.
Oh yeah, I spoke to
Okay.
them. And I said, I just want
I've been off Facebook. I was off for like 3
I
years.
said to them, I
so-
just want to let you know, they know I went away, this, that, the other thing. And I said, I just want to let you know, that was a big reason for me taking the plea deal.
Yeah. Well,
Because see,
yeah.
that name would have to come out in court.
Oh,
Understand. You alright?
yeah.
That name would have to
I
come
know.
out in court.
I'm getting nervous.
I know. You never saw the name on paper before.
No, that's
I know, it
crazy.
bothers you.
I know, and I
And it should
knew.
bother
I
you.
knew.
What about being me? Every fucking day I'm thinking about this.
Fuck.
These rat bastards, we have no what?
No respect. It's just like, you know,
These rap motherfuckers. So my discoveries here. We were just looking in my
here's the
discovery a
thing.
little bit.
The guys that were getting fucked over because look, there's another thing. Loyalty's one thing, but when it's only one way, it's stupidity, right? One-way loyalty is stupidity. That's another word for it, right? So I get it when guys were getting fucked over, but the problem is, why are you bringing the other 14 people in? That's my issue with it. Okay, I did this, and yes, me and this guy did it, and whatever. I don't love it.
How does it go that far?
I don't love it.
What's the purpose
But
of
if
that?
that guy's fucking you over first, and whatever, but
I'm going to show Anthony.
how do you bring all the other people
I'm going to
in?
show Anthony that paperwork on Sunday. He's going to be fucking blown away. Or Wednesday, whenever. And do you know who I'm talking about? He probably worked with his dad. Yeah, there's a good chance.
Maybe.
Yeah. Probably worked with Anthony's dad. Do you know, okay, somebody we graduated, Weingild, their father, I think worked in Belleville around the same time as your dad. Can you figure out who I'm talking about, Aunt? Weingild?
Rat-like qualities and a sister with a really nice ass.
No. Oh, the guy he's told about.
Oh!
The guy he told about. Okay. I don't want to go.
No.
You don't know.
I'll get you.
Okay, somebody we
I got
graduated
you.
with.
Check your private
Hold on.
message.
Somebody we graduated with. Her father was our truant officer. I guess you could say.
Ooh,
Right?
don't say that. Don't say that.
I'm going to show you this Wednesday, and you're going to be fucking blown away. Who this guy gave up when he went bad on me. You're going to see who this guy gave up. He's texting you now on the inbox. You guys, oh my god, you're crazy.
Motherfucker.
Oh my god,
That's crazy, man.
I know we spoke about it.
Oh, yeah. Dude,
But
this
to
guy
see
could
it-
not have been nicer to me.
To see it?
To us.
To see it, and when I saw
all
it,
kids.
yeah, isn't it crazy? Yeah. So this is why we really can't respect these stool pigeons, because they're capable of so much more than what you see on here. This is just a little bit, just like what we were talking about, our lives. You just see a little bit, and then we tell you the nuts and bolts, right?
Yeah.
What they deliver on these podcasts and what is real and what is true and what the impact really was is not explained.
Well, because they're the ones in it, right? They're not the ones around it. They're the ones in it.
Yeah, did you get the message? Can you believe that shit? And I lived with that, and I lived with this aunt for 20 plus years. And that was a big decision in the, big, what do you call it? Big variable in the decision
Yeah.
of what I decided to do. I cannot see that man go on the stand.
Oh,
He would have been
my
called to
God.
testify.
Meanwhile,
He would have lost his pension. and everything.
the boss, how many years earlier was even higher than him, right?
Still,
But
just
you know,
doesn't matter.
son
It's
of a
crazy.
bitch. You got to remember, guys. Another thing to people that don't know, the town that
Exactly.
we're,
Yeah.
the town
He was
that
close to
we're
his dad. He was
from.
close to Anthony.
Yeah, we
I figured that. That's what I wanted to say.
The one of the local bosses here in New Jersey was a cop in our town. So that just shows, I mean, you know,
All right, easy now.
I mean, it's just
Just a fact of life.
some things some things are legal, some things are illegal, and some things it's a matter of who you are and who catches you, right?
Oh my god. I don't know what the fuck we're doing.
So think about it like that. And that was way before our time, so we're not saying we were involved in that. We're just, the topic of the day was street life and living it, and we lived it so much that even our police were part of the street, right? And so
Well, they
we're
just
just kind of
didn't bother
trying to show you the
They never bothered us.
impact of other people and on the neighborhood itself, right? Versus everybody else talking, it's all about what it meant to them and how they were going to be in trouble and their stories.
They never bothered me.
And we're not talking that we were such big shots or we're so important or we're nobody. You know, to me, I'm a nobody. I mean, if I wanted to be a somebody, I would have took a huge risk over there.
You made the right decision.
To me, somebody is somebody who has like Tommy and me. We're nice kids. We did it right. We raised that next generation up the right way to go out on society and not be fucking criminals and creeps.
Okay, I chose to stay around. My reputation, I think, is gold.
Yeah.
So, you know, I'm friendly with all you soldiers. I just showed you the messages from the federal prison. You know, I just chose to be around here because I'm comfortable here. Because when I left for the suburbs for 20 years, my marriage didn't work out, blah, 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 this, that, the other thing. I said, where am I going? I'm going home. I gotta go home. This is home to me. And I'm a mile from where I grew up.
Yeah.
I'm a mile from your dad. Right? I mean, we're right down the block,
Yeah.
right? So I just felt like this is where I had to be. Now, okay, Stiggs is back
And
in
when
the
I
area.
come visit,
Stiggs is back in the area.
when I come visit, I always say, like, even if it's on Facebook or if I'm talking, and I don't do it thinking about it, I do it because it's just the way it is. I say, yeah, I'm going home. It's vacation, I'm going home. Guys, I'm about to be 55. I'm 54. I've lived in Arizona now 27 years.
You did the right thing.
So it is more than half my life I've lived in Arizona. It's never going to be home.
Okay, so we're
It's
gonna.
never going to be home. It's where I live.
Arizona's never gonna be home.
No, this is home. But that's my house. That's where my family lives. That's
Where you
where my
sleep.
baby is buried. That's the problem.
Holy
My
shit.
baby is buried there. Where the fuck am I going? And so now I just bought. Guys, think about how old I am.
You're
now.
loud. You're loud.
Yeah, okay. I just bought I bought my final resting place in the wall closest to where my daughter's going to be. So I can't go anywhere, you know what I mean?
Crazy.
I'm going to be there forever, whether I like it or not. Now, most of it I really like, right? But there's some things I don't. I don't, my best friends are friends from New Jersey, from college, and now from Nutley, from high school.
Well, we're in the neighborhood.
I don't have the trust. We live in neighborhoods where people have the electric doors on their garage, right?
Where?
So,
Over there? Yeah.
So you just pull in the garage and close. You don't really say hello to anybody.
Nothing.
And our backyards are big 6-foot brick walls. So you don't, out here, when you're in your yard, right, and your neighbor's in the yard, you're in the same party, right? Because we have these tiny little fences, and you might as well be in the same yard. But where I live, it's a wall. I don't see nobody.
You see how our voices elevate? It's just a natural thing, guys. We apologize.
Uh,
Hold on. You're talking.
Mhm.
Okay. He asked how you ended up in the backstory, Anthony, but we know because you wanted to get better environment, obviously.
Yeah, you know what?
Easy.
I got married and I bought a place in Lincoln Park, and I was spending so much money and taxes and traffic and shit, and it was beautiful up there, deer and tons of fireflies and stuff. But I was like, man, there's got to be more. This gloomy weather, snow.
Here.
Everybody's nasty. Yeah. And, I'm one of those guys that as soon as I got my driver's license, I was out. New York, Yankee games by myself if I wanted to. Or I did not want to just sit around and be bored.
More than that.
And so
We'll get into the Blimpie story.
I moved to Arizona. Beautiful weather. I bought a house with a pool and a hot tub. And I'm like, man, I could never afford this back home.
No.
And my taxes were like
Yeah.
$700 a year. And so
that's what made him go.
so that's what it was all about.
Well, more than anything, it's bringing
And
your kids up in a
safety
better
for the
environment.
kids,
Yeah.
right?
And I only went 20 minutes west, but still.
Yeah,
20
Gianni, that's a great question. He was my neighbor.
Okay, so we have.
3/4 of a mile.
Hold on, we're gonna get into
maybe
that.
a
One
mile
minute.
and a half.
We're going to get into that. 1 second. Let's just make sure, because I don't want to miss much. Well, once we get into that, we're never getting back.
Yeah, I gotta go. Let's see.
But wait, once we're getting into that, we're never getting back. Lincoln Park. Lisa's from Lincoln Park.
Excellent. I was in Society Hill up there.
Okay. Our taxes are $700 a minute.
Yeah. I think they're about. Who said that? Patricia. My house is pretty nice. I have 5 bedrooms, nice built-in pool, beautiful landscaping, like a resort.
Have you ever sandstorms?
Yes, 2 sandstorms.
I was on with him.
They're not that big a deal.
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah,
on the thing.
yeah. Some shit goes flying. I have to go running.
We were on the live, me and him. Were we testing it or were we on live?
Yeah, we were testing it.
We were doing the test show.
Yeah, we do have the sandstorms. And,
Okay, now-
So now, Patricia,
2
my
topics.
taxes are about 2,000.
And 700 a minute here. We're going to get into 2 topics now. Okay, so we got into the street life is dangerous, blah, blah, blah. We kind of captured all of it, you know what I mean? Now we'll get into, okay, I do want to talk about Mo speaking about his daughter that he had to bury. You know, he mentioned it. You guys wished him well and condolences and all of that. So that's 2 people that I know that buried children. Pete Russo, when I was inside a week, I call and they're like, I'm like, what's wrong? And they're like, Michelle had a stillborn. So the baby was born, obviously, right? Is that how that happens? The baby's born?
Yeah,
Stillborn, what is
with
that?
ours, well, it
Well,
depends.
typically a stillborn is, the baby was basically there.
Well, yeah, ours was full grown. Ours was
Full grown,
bigger
full
than my other daughters. Were.
So
we had to go through the whole birth
The whole thing.
20 hours. You're waiting in the hospital just like if you were
Just like
having
that.
any other baby.
just like a baby.
And then you have to hold your baby while a priest absolves it of some kind of sin.
Yes, G, we're still live. Yes. So Mo went through that, and he's never leaving there. He bought his bed.
Yeah,
He
go
bought
to
your
bed.
He bought his bed, and that's what you're supposed to do.
Yeah, I guess,
Okay.
you know, who knows? There's no rule book.
As you
right?
see, I'm not trying to stay on the topics to get too deep, Uncle. You know, the whole thing.
Mhm.
Trying to bounce around so we don't get stuck, right? Because emotionally we
You're
get stuck.
trying to make me cry, I know it.
No, we're not trying. No, we're trying to jump around. Is what my ADD is making us jump around. So, first of all, I hope you guys are enjoying this show. We had no plan about this whatsoever, and I'm going to bed in 20 minutes.
Her name was Christina Lynn.
Yes,
Patricia.
Oh my God.
I got a tattoo on my back.
Yeah. So I have 2 friends that had to go through this process. 2 friends. See, Patricia, our people are good.
Yeah, oh,
They're
yeah.
good people.
Yeah.
Now, Patricia's going to remember that. Just like we remember her husband had surgery, she had blood work. This is how we do. You're not a subscriber, you're a soldier. You're part of our crew. You're part of our, basically, family. You know what I mean?
You know, shit happens.
Yes,
to everybody,
Arlene, this
right?
is just, you know, we go through life and we compensate in certain ways to offset the negatives that we come across. And that could be anything, life, death, poverty, rich, anything. We offset things going through life with different things. She's got 2 beautiful daughters. Beautiful daughters. Couldn't be more proud of them. So, I mean, come on. Here, look.
My littlest
Look what you
one is
accomplished.
about to start teaching school.
So we're good.
3rd graders next week. So she already started her.
So, Mike.
So they're all off the payroll.
Everybody's good. You did well. All right?
They're all off the
So,
payroll.
we got a negative, and we have really, really 2 beautiful positives. His daughters are, the goal is accomplished. You got him out of here.
Absolutely.
You didn't raise him here,
Nope.
all right? You did your job.
Yeah.
And
And look, I gave up a lot.
If you have your
I
last
gave
breath,
up where I love to be for
yes,
them.
so
know,
what? But you
it's
come
the
back
way
and
it
it's
is.
enjoyable.
It's the way
So
it
you
is.
have your last breath tonight, your job is done.
Yep.
I think if I have my last breath tonight, I think I did my job. We did our jobs. It's what we're supposed to
Let me at
do.
least see the Roger Waters concert that I'm going to Friday. Then I could get hit by a truck.
So Mike F, yes, we do the live from Arizona. We do the
Yeah, now that we know how to do it,
we
we're
do the
good.
StreamYard. We you know, this is not a guest, Teresa. This is a dear personal friend more than a guest.
Teresa, we're going to talk baseball too. I was a year-round coach. I coached pretty high level. I was a director of a baseball organization, College Prep Pro Scout. Turned down a job with the Dodgers.
Teresa's son's
So
a pitcher.
I love baseball, and hopefully we get to see a son
Teresa's
out
son's
there.
a pitcher. He's going to get up
Yeah.
there. He's got an elbow situation right now.
They all are going to have an
No,
elbow
I think today
situation
he's
at
getting.
some
I think
point.
this is 2 weeks now. Is that Teresa? Teresa, is that correct? Are we 2 weeks into the situation with Ryan? I got his baseball card. It's fucking incredible.
That's
She mailed
awesome.
me his baseball card.
That is awesome.
Says you make my life better. Aw, thank you,
That's
Chris.
awesome.
We just here to
Thank you, guys.
We just want to be regular guys, man. Give you a show that you enjoy coming to. Break away. Here, San Francisco. See?
Nice.
What is double
Yeah,
A?
TT,
That's double A or
baseball
triple A?
kept me out of trouble.
Yeah.
You know, I can remember a couple
voice, your
guys
voice.
saying, okay, I can remember a couple guys saying, hey, just hit home runs. Just hit home runs, college boy.
He's double A Richmond right now.
Sweet.
So I get the tweets. So I see who's the starting pitcher. I follow.
That's great.
I follow. These are good people.
Love baseball, man. And that's where I know the Pernas from, baseball.
Baseball.
Little Joey
Big
was
Joe.
on my team.
Big Joe.
Little Joey
But Big Joe wasn't
was
bad.
on my team when I was 7 and he was 6. And so we were friends from that age. And he was the little guy and I was the big guy on the team. And then Big Joe was a really good ball player. And he was my teammate when we were, almost winning the state championship. We had a really, really great team in high school as well as in the summer. And he was just such a nice, sweet kid. What a good guy he just was.
Big Joe?
Big Joe, what a nice kid. I mean, he barely said curse words.
No.
I mean, no partying. We would do naughty shit and he wouldn't do none of it. What a nice
Fuck,
kid.
I lost that picture I wanted to show you. You're in it.
And he was fun to have on the team. Always smiling.
Yeah, I can't find it.
But love baseball. Italians love baseball.
I was so aggravated.
Rick Cerrone used to do Christmas on my block. That's a nice Italian baseball reference there. Thurman Munson, beautiful. Gary Carter. TT, my favorite was Greg Nettles, number 9. I've been number 9 in every team and every sport. I have about 10 different NCAA college jerseys, all number 9. Rick Pink Floyd is my favorite. Yeah.
I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck. My brother watched out for his nephew.
You said
I was
you were
mad.
mad at him.
So,
Yeah, Pink Floyd, Rick, I'm going to see Roger Waters Friday. I see him every tour multiple times. I'm going to see him here in Philly, again, back in Arizona, probably in Vegas too. Lisa, I'll give you a good story. I got a phone call a couple years ago
easy.
from my dad. And on the phone with my dad, he said, Steve, what's your favorite number? I said, you know what my favorite number is? He said, just tell me. And I said, 9. And he said, why? And I said, you know why. It was just so weird. And he said, just humor me. And I said, well, Greg Nettles. And he had Greg Nettles on the phone with him. And I was like 45 years old, and I was acting like a little 12-year-old. So my dad was in some Coke, the Coke booth or something with Greg Nettles, and he told him I was a coach, and he was my favorite.
So Sparky Lyle does the Patriots.
Wow.
He's the coach of the Patriots. Rick Cerrone was the coach of the North Bears, which the stadium was right here
Right.
on MacArthur Highway. So I used to take my son there to to those games. Rick Cerrone owned the team. It was beautiful.
Yeah. that
So
was a
Rick
cool
Cerrone
stadium.
caught and my uncle pitched. They were in Vailsburg.
I played a lot of games against Vailsburg.
So my uncle was the pitcher, Rick Cerrone was the catcher.
Wow.
My grandfather said to my uncle, look, you guys are almost there. You guys are there. Lay low. Pitcher, catcher, you guys got the combination. My uncle played basketball off season, blew his hip out. Done. Over. Career ended. Rick Cerrone went on to the majors, and here's where we're at. I'm not a fan of much of anything, Chris. Giants, if anything, because the Jets are here right now too.
I grew up a Jets fan with season tickets, but I've been following the Rams more now out there. My cousin's in LA.
Barringer. He went to Barringer, yes. But he lived in Vailsburg. So why did Rick Cerrone go to Barringer if he lived in Vailsburg area? Why did they go across town?
I don't know. Or he might.
But then
Vailsburg had good baseball.
But they
because of
played Seton Hall. Like Seton Hall, yeah.
So, because
A lot of them went to Seton Hall
when I
University.
played against Vailsburg, they were our biggest rivals because we were real good, and they had some guys who went pro. And so I could see him. I would want to play for Vailsburg if I
Not
could,
Barringer.
in the summer.
And
He
then,
probably played for Barringer.
but they went to Seton Hall University.
Yeah. But listen, you'll play. Vailsburg is the summer team. Barringer, he probably played high school, and Vailsburg is the good summer team.
That's crazy how it goes, huh? Whatever route you gotta take.
And that's what kept me out of trouble, guys. When you're playing even in the summer, baseball till 9 o'clock at night, every night, practicing every day, you can only get into so much trouble,
Let's go back a little bit here. Just don't want it if they have a question,
Yeah.
You're watching it more than me, which is great.
Mhm.
Jets fan, Mo. My late husband and I traveled all over the country doing sports jokes, okay?
Yeah, so you get to meet all those guys
Yeah, you see
at
a lot of
the
different
sports
people.
shows.
Rick, me too. I'm not going. Just Sparky Lyle. See what Lisa said? She met Sparky Lyle at the Summit. So
Nice.
he does the Somerset Patriots.
Yeah.
Which is great ball. It's Lisa, it's incredible to go watch. You get that big league feel, but you're local. To go to a fucking Yankees game, $45 to park.
Oh, you know what I should show these guys?
It's $45 to park.
Take a look here.
All right. We are on for an hour and 20. Okay, let me ask you a question, Mo. What are you doing tomorrow night?
Tomorrow I'll be on
You're at the
Newsfest.
party. I can go see the Frankie Valli concert. I got 2 tickets.
Nice.
You're not interested, I can see.
I'm interested. I went to see him with my wife last year.
So I can go see Frankie Valli tomorrow night. 2 tickets in section 108. That's basically orchestra.
Beautiful. Where's my Pink Floyd fans?
Pink Floyd.
Or
If
Roger
you like
Waters?
music, you might lose it. So
Oh, can you see it or no?
that's hard.
Oh,
No, you can't.
Darn it.
That's the problem.
Dave Kilminster, the guitarist for Roger
Chris, thank you for
Waters,
checking
was
in,
commenting with us the other day.
Thank you for checking in, Chris.
All right, guys, we gotta let.
We're gonna
Sticks
bang
go to
out,
bed
guys.
here.
Yeah, I'm done. Well, it's only 8 o'clock. I'll end up next door till fucking 2 o'clock in the morning. Because Tommy DeNorsi is over there and all these guys. Hold on.
Where?
I hang out with Jackie's son. Jackie DeNorsi's son.
No, I've been.
Oh, next door. They go all over here.
Wait till you see when he sees me. We've spent every holiday weekend. Well, that's another story. I was carrying a casket for that one too,
Oh my God.
and they were in his house while we were carrying the casket.
That's crazy.
Yeah,
That's crazy. All right, guys. We're going to bang out. Anything else? Give us a thumbs up if you enjoyed this show. I don't know. We really did not have a plan.
Guys, did you enjoy that? Let us know. We'll do it again. Maybe this week, and then definitely back when I get to Jersey. Maybe we'll do it once a week.
Get Adam. I'm going to drink wine. I wasn't going to drink wine tonight, but I drink it because of you guys.
Nice.
What a great idea. Thanks.
I wasn't either, Adam.
Wow. Look at all the thumbs up we're getting.
Sweet.
It's fucking awesome. Man.
Lisa, are you a Howard
Wow.
Stern fan? That CIA hole is kind of a Howard Stern reference.
Pinky rings up, right?
Yeah.
Got one
I
up?
think I sold my pinky ring. I sold my pinky ring.
I sold it when I
one
lost
day.
my finger, but I bought a new one, so.
I gotta tell you, I got too fucking fat for my pinky ring at one point. I was 275 pounds, and now I'm about 190, and so
Oh, my
it probably
God.
killed
Listen.
you.
He's going about his way. I may be in Atlantic City tomorrow. I am not sure. I got an opportunity to go to the Frankie Valli concert tomorrow, which I really think I might do. I am not sure yet. I mean, you saw what was going on here.
Oh, come on, why
So-
not go?
So I do have the opportunity to go tomorrow night. I don't know yet. But if I do go, you guys will see me. I will jump on from Atlantic City. Frankie Valli's 88. This is
He was-
basically it.
He was not moving around too good,
He
but
did
he sounded
good.
well.
He did
Sounds
good.
great.
So
You know, you can only dance so much.
he was great in Vegas. You saw him in Vegas, Mike. I may
He
go.
sounds great.
Listen, to be determined. I may go. I may not go. They see Antonia Valli in the chat. She was here the other day.
Yeah, that was nice.
So
And she verified everything I said about
she's
Cabrera.
awesome.
I told you.
She's good. She's good.
I
She's
told
good.
you.
She's really good people.
He was nice to me, but
He's a good guy. They're a good family. They're a good family.
oh yeah.
Let's try and give you how many.
Oh, the Valley. Oh yeah.
I know, Gianni. Well, here was the situation. I took my mother to see him in Pennsylvania. She said, well, they grew up in the same building. So she said, I got to see him before
Me too,
one of us
Jay.
dies. Before one of us dies. She said, I got to see him. So we actually went. You know, we really went. I took my mother there in a wheelchair, and she got sick after that, and she's just about coming around now. So she said, I got it. At least I took my mother to see him for the list.
Mike F., you're from Phoenix? You better hit me up. We'll get together and go.
Wow. Teresa, that's a good compliment. Thank you. So look out for Ryan Murphy. He's going to make it.
I hope so. I
Definitely
got
gonna
my
make
fingers
it.
crossed.
I mean, I think about this kid when I wake up, and I feel, you know, I see the young kids now on the mound. Like I see the kid from Tom's River,
Oh, Marinaccio.
Marinaccio, and I'm like, well, this could be Ryan Murphy. This is going to be Ryan Murphy one day. And I know
so.
the mom. Like, you know, Ryan Murphy was you know, somebody that we met through the YouTubes, and now he's not going to be on TV
Awesome.
sometime. You know what I mean?
Awesome.
So maybe we'll end up seeing Ryan Murphy on that screen. I see Marinaccio. That's a Jersey kid. His brother, Marinaccio wasn't. His brother was in the Little League World Series.
Yeah, and I was laughing last year when I was watching the Tom's River kids. The roster looked like you know in the newspaper when there's an arrest. Yeah, you know, 15 Gambinos busted. That's what the roster looked like.
Tom's River.
Bilotti,
I don't know.
DeChico.
Oh my God, great. That is fucking hysterical. Yeah, we got a card, and I love it, so I'm very happy.
Great to see you
Yeah.
guys.
All right, we're banging out, guys. We're fucking an hour and 40 minutes in, Frankie.
I barged in on Stiggs, but at least I didn't come empty-handed.
Frankie, he was The Sopranos. I wasn't. You saw him on there. He had a little cameo on there.
Yeah, Mayor
See?
of Munchkin Land. Yeah.
Did you see Frankie on?
Yeah, Rudy. He played
Yeah,
Rudy.
that was all right.
Yeah.
You know, they had to use him in there.
Yeah,
Right. So
Yeah.
how do you use him? I mean, how do you not? He's the only guy that's left. Joe Pesci's not going to really do that.
I wish they gave him a little bit better of a
Yeah, they could have done a little better with him.
But he was
He
good.
might not have wanted it though.
Yeah.
Now Frankie Valli stays in California. Not because he wanted to leave Jersey, but he's got to watch his voice.
Mm-hmm.
For him to hit those, and he still hits those notes. He'll be hitting those notes tomorrow
And for
night.
some of the business, you just kind of got to be out there. You know, I spend a lot of
Well,
time
no, he
out
tours
there.
all over the world.
Yeah.
So he's not there very much, but for the climate, he needs to be there. He can't be here. This is a mess. I can't even talk over here.
No.
Imagine being him, you know? All right, so let's see. Let's just check real quick. It's been fun. No kidding. Thank you, Patricia. Appreciate it. Arm distance. Teresa, maybe somewhere. Okay, I'm banging out. Me too, Chris.
Peace.
Chris, we're banging out too. All right, guys, we're banging out. I'm not going to go out with a song tonight. I'm just going to cut the chat. Hope you guys enjoyed it. It is my bed. Tommy and Mo, behave. Or in the trunk you go, TT.
Put him in the bathroom.
Don't make me drive there. I can't. Damn. Broken ankle.
God.
When are you fixing that thing? When are you getting back in the car, TT? Give us a update real quick before we go. Got my girl calling me. I don't even know. I know. We're done.
You got to do the Irish goodbye.
Yeah, we got one more sip before we go. Hold on a minute. One more sip before we go because
All right.
this is it until Wednesday, I think. So, did you leave the building? Anthony, did you leave the building? He left. He's like, these fucking guys are nuts. He had to go. All right, so
Bye.
done. We're out. 2 months. 2 more months. Holy shit, TT's got 2 more months.
Damn.
All right, we'll see you guys Wednesday. We're probably going to do it live on the at Jack's. Sunday would have been better because he's closed. No drama, nobody around. But anyway. All right, guys, we're banging out.
Peace.
Thank you for being with us, guys. Thank you so much. So you hit end broadcast.